So I went on a first date last night, and I need to know, what is wrong with you? Because I left before the entrees even came out. But before you tell me I'm overreacting, let me explain. And as always, if you like my stories, like to hear about my awful dating life, feel free to drop me a follow, and let's get right into it. So I ended up matching with this girl on Tinder. Yeah, Tinder, not just Hinge. I use them all. I'll be honest, the only reason I matched with her is because I thought she looked good. There's not much on her profile that felt like we were super compatible, but I had to shoot my shot. And we start texting. 5 days. We talked for 5 days. And the conversation was something to write home about. It was solid. We were texting nonstop. I'm talking 60, 70 texts a day. I feel like I know this woman at this point. So I asked her if she wanted to go grab dinner last night. And she says yes. We make plans to meet at 7:30. I confirmed with her in the morning, went to work, hit the gym, got ready for my date. I was excited. I show up right at about 7:25, shoot her a text, tell her I'm here. I get a text back within 3 minutes. Hey, I just got here too. Let's meet up front. So I say, cool. I go walk up to the front. I'm waiting for her. And do you want to know what I see? Before I tell you, let me paint you a picture. So on her Tinder profile, black hair, pretty long. It was like a bob. It was to like right here. Okay? She was white. She seemed a little bit preppy, athletic, like that type of mix in her pictures. Yeah, that's not how she showed up. Not one bit. No. She had the full-on Amber Rose, bleached, buzz cut haircut. You know the exact haircut I'm talking about. You do. But everything else matches. Smile on her face, nice outfit, looks like she took some time on her makeup. I will say the hair looked like a fresh cut. Her lineup was crispy. She walks up, hi, I'm Lady, nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Christian, nice to meet you. Let's go in. I didn't say anything about the haircut because a buzz cut could mean many of different things. I'm not going to wish that upon anyone, but you know what I'm talking about. Maybe she's going through a very tough time. But we go in, we sit down, start talking, ordering some drinks. We decided to split a bottle of Moscato. She likes sweeter wine, fine with me. And one of my favorite things about this restaurant is they give you free soup. It's not the best soup in the world. It looks like some very basic, little bit better than Campbell's chicken noodle soup, but it comes with the entree no matter what you get. So we're sipping our drinks, we ordered our appetizers, we got like focaccia toast points or like little crispy breads. Thought it would go well. They're good. The waiter brings our appetizers over, takes our entree order, and brings out the complimentary soup. And this girl and I have been hitting it off the entire time. The only time we stopped talking was when the waiter came over. And maybe it's just because I love to yap, I don't know. But before the waiter even has a chance to leave the table, like he had just turned his back. Lady goes, excuse me. Waiter turns back around, yes. She goes, this soup is too hot to eat. And it was steaming. It was steaming hot soup. Waiter turns around and looks at it and goes, yes, miss, I would just recommend letting it sit for like 3 to 5 minutes. It'll be good. She goes, no, why would you bring me soup I can't eat? Can you take this back and go put an ice cube in it? The waiter looks at her and goes, miss, if you'd like to, you can absolutely take an ice cube out of your water. Like, that's totally fine. She goes, why would I want that? Why would I do that? Why would I want an ice cube out of my water? Then my drink's going to be warm. Can you please take my soup back and go put an ice cube in it? Now, I've been a server before. That is never a request that I've received in my life. And I served for like 5 years. The waiter looks at me, I go, so he does. He picks the soup up, walks it over to the bar, asks the bartender, can I put an ice cube in it? You should have seen the bartender's face. And then he puts an ice cube in a little like whiskey glass, brings it back over, sets the soup and the cup of ice on the table. Lady goes, I didn't ask you to bring me ice. I asked you to put the ice cube in my soup. And I interjected. I go, I'll do it for you if you want. She goes, no, I didn't ask you to do it. I asked him to do it. He's our server. And the server politely explains like, hey, I can't do that. I feel like that's against food safety, something. I can't do that. I'm sorry. And she looks at him and goes, okay, can you bring me a new cup of soup that isn't so hot? And mind you, by this point, it's been probably 5 minutes since this conversation started. There's no more steam coming off her soup. But the waiter goes, sure. In the biggest, God, I want to cuss you out right now, but I'm at work face. Just, of course, miss. He takes the soup back. Lady and I start eating the focaccia. I look at her, I go, do you want my soup? She goes, no, it's not about, it's about the principle. Like, why would you bring me soup that I can't eat right away? And I asked her, I go, would you prefer cold soup? She goes, no, I just want to be able to eat my soup. That's why I'm at the restaurant. I come here to eat the food they bring me. Why are you yelling at me? The soup is free. It's free soup. Shut up and eat it, is what I was saying in my head. But again, I'm on a first date. I want to play it cool. Maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe she just needed to yell at someone. I don't know. But a few minutes later, like 2, server comes back with another cup of soup. He stands there because lady asked him to. She goes, you can't leave until I try this. Takes a spoon. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just burned my mouth. I swear to God, I thought she was doing a bit. It was the most dramatic thing I've ever seen in my life. And now she is freaking out. Taking the ice cubes out of the cup that she didn't want to put in her soup in the first place. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so hot. Then proceeds to spit the ice cube from her mouth onto the floor. Onto the floor. Look at the server and go, bring me your manager right now. And you could tell the server had way more than enough of this lady. I had 2 at this point. He goes, no problem, miss. I'll be right back. Takes about a good 10 minutes to come back. Gave lady enough time to yell at me about how why would I bring her here when they can't even get soup correctly, how she's gonna write a bad review, how she should call the health inspector, how this is ridiculous. Basically 10 minutes of her just yelling at me about the restaurant. And I made the fatal mistake of telling her, hey, why don't we just calm down? Why don't we just take a breather? In hindsight, that was probably the worst thing to say in that moment, but I said it. So by the time the manager came back over, she was even hotter than she was before. She didn't even let the manager get a word out. It was immediately, so you're the one who runs this place? You allowed food to come out with like this? I burned my mouth. Are you okay with that? Do you want me to sue? The manager looks at her and goes, miss, I'm sorry. You did see the steam coming off of the soup, right? Why would you serve me soup that I can't eat right away? This is ridiculous. How are you guys even in business? Manager looks at her, calm as can be, and goes, well, miss, the soup is complimentary, so there's not much we can do. She looks at him and goes, can I have corporate's number? Give me corporate's number. I need to call HR or HQ right now. Manager looks at her and goes, This isn't a franchise. There is no corporate number. I can give you the owner's number, but I do want to give you a heads up. He is on vacation out of the country. I would be more than happy to give you a $25 gift card for your troubles. You think $25 is going to fix this? That's how you solve problems? You just throw money at people? And the manager goes, you know what, miss? Actually, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Oh, so now you discriminate. You discriminate against people. Manager goes, no, miss, can you please leave? We will comp your entire check. Please, I'm just asking you to leave. And I'm sitting there watching this like it's a reality TV show at this point. It's out of my hands. It's in God's now. So, yeah, we ended up getting kicked out of the restaurant. I gave the waiter $30 and an apology and walked lady out as she was still cussing at the manager, cussing at me, and shit-talking the restaurant on the way out. She stopped at the door, turned around, and goes, just so you know, everyone, I saw a cockroach on the floor. No, you didn't. You're just lying. What is wrong with you? I walk outside, and she's still going. Can you believe that? They're going to do that on our first date? Like, do they not care about business? I go, lady, this is your fault. This is your fault. Stop. Of course you're blaming me. Why wouldn't you blame me? I go, goodbye. She looks at me. She goes, you're not even going to walk me to my car? I go, no. I am starving. You just got us kicked out of a restaurant because you wouldn't put an ice cube in your soup or wait for it to cool down. You need help. She cussed me out all the way back to my car. And then, instead of having a steak sandwich like I ordered, I had to take my sad ass to Taco Bell and get a Crunchwrap Supreme. So, thanks, lady.